Well, this is pretty amazing. It turns out that I am driving in a safe and legal way and can process what I just heard today. So I am a graduate of the UVM Death Doula program, Doula. I hate that word, just like I never got quite used to queer because of my age, 66. So as a 66-year-old who's reclaiming a lot of language but wasn't really happy about those two words, I'm a death midwife, and I have my own place in that world. I went in one of the earlier classes on the online program with a very specific intent. I intended to see if the program was something that one could do from a public computer. In other words, was it sort of like community college friendly, class friendly? It was not. Okay, so I tried, and I wasn't totally dependent on that, so it's okay that it wasn't. I still did the class, but at two very critical times. If I had not had access to a private computer, I would have been extremely stressed. That was at the very beginning, so maybe things have changed dramatically, but I went in there to see what was going on with respect to class. Check. It was not so great. Second, I went in there to see, who are these people and how are they thinking about death and dying? So I'm going to tell you, just cut to the chase. What I saw was politically, there was a developing drama around the heroic hospice volunteers and the ditzy dilettante doulas, all right? And that the class that the people come from, the life experience that people are responding to, and those two different stories mattered. This is all past tense because I haven't been paying much attention since COVID hit. So when COVID hit, I'll tell you what I personally did. I personally told the whatever the state of Vermont was that was like saying, calling all doctors. I told them who I was as a retired family physician. I told them what I thought I could offer, which was I can do any kind of support you want for death and dying in this adventure. This was back in March of 2020, and I heard nothing. So then I went through my neighborhood in East Montpelier, and I printed out these little flyers, and I just said, hey, I'm your neighbor. I have healthcare skills, and we may be in for some difficult times, particularly related to issues around death and dying. Just saying I'm around and here. Didn't hear anything there, but I felt really good that I had done that. I now am in a situation at 66 where I just went through, like in the last 2 weeks, a broken heart over where my conventional medical model is for me, a recipient of health care. That would be Medicare Advantage through UVM, guys, bookmark that for later. A retired healthcare provider looking at what is available to people who would have been me if I'd stayed in there. And sadly, in both situations, there's not enough happening that makes me want to invest more of my precious life energy in that world. So I just gave a sort of exit interview. I'll come in for a yearly whatever, but don't expect me other than that message to my primary care provider, who is a female nurse practitioner. And I'm going weekly to a traditional Chinese medicine provider. Integrate my ass. At this point in time, there's a war going on out there. I'm sorry, Vermont is ahead of the curve, but there is still not good integrative medical care. That's my check-in as I drive to a 3-day retreat space in Western Massachusetts from Central Vermont so that I can benefit from the services that I pay for out of pocket on this retreat of natural vision therapy. So I'm going to Kripalu for a natural vision therapy program that begins at right after dinner tonight and goes with a Sunday morning session, and I will tell you there's all kinds of things that I need to be able to see with more clarity. So I'm going to end with a song because I can, and because where I am, things are popping and launching and weaving, and not bobbing and weaving like a fight, like dancing and weaving. And I'm very excited in a good, healthy way about what I have to say and how I'm choosing to say it in small little doses that are more like honey than vinegar. All those flies. So here we go. I'm not going to sing it, I'm just going to say it. We're stepping into clarity and walking in our power. We're dancing magic in our lives every day and every hour. We're choosing to be using the gifts we've got to make this world so fine. We are each unique expressions of the great divine.